Okay, fine. So this is a normal discussion about animation. Actually, today's topic is a little bit of different manner. The target audience are all of you people, those who are not connected to the animation, or those are concerned about the animation, or already practitioners, professional, or students. The thing is that the application of animation, this is the main target of our webinar. We all are aware with animation because animation since childhood we already been noticed about it, like from the scratch, like Tom and Jerry, and after a decade we will watch Toy Story. Then the scenario has been changed and a lot of 3D graphics has been incorporated, and we have achieved much more better opportunity to view those things in our uh, normal life, in like mobiles, like some of the portable devices. Today's globally we can able to access those animation and everything in through websites like YouTube and any other websites, which is very common social networking sites. So very easily accessible elements may create much more good effects to us. Definitely every possibilities that might be accessible through this animation. I just put all those possible elements in this presentation along with all of you people, that animation can be applicable in our normal life or daily life, but we couldn't find it proper uh, way. Like we can only understand that animation in cinematography, in our web series, in gaming, but that is not all at all, because animation somehow we can incorporate those things in education field, we can incorporate those things in the gaming as well. Industrial mechanical development also access this animation. We can also found the animation today's in robotics. So that's all about my presentation, and I will try to gather some knowledge from my experience, as well as some like uh, what I say, the exposure of animation. So go to the next slide so that you can understand what exactly we focused on. So, like the first question, what is animation? I think almost all people can aware with that fact what exactly the animation. So there is a little bit of technical association with it. Animation is a way of making movie from many still images, rather than we can say sequential still images, which has a similar interaction with every images. The images are put together one after another, and they played at a fast speed to give the illusion of movement. The person who makes the animation is called an animator. That means अगर तुम लोग animation करते हो, if you know how to make the animation, if you learn the software, if you learn every aesthetic view, everything, then you will be an animator in future. There are several people who just joined this course or any other university's course that has incorporated the animation and VFX or gaming or any other platforms, cinematography and all. Those all things are basically incorporate somehow a motion graphics, somehow incorporate sounds, audio. Everything is come under in a single roof, and we can make them as entertainment. So my target is animation. That doesn't mean that other also has a relation with those elements. So basically, in my perspective, I will found around 15 assets or 15 main fields where nowadays in 2022 the application might be incorporated very strongly, and that will give you much more immense a global exposure to deals with every piece of uh, aesthetic or creativity. Now, very a common question, sir. If I join this course, what would I can get from it? Where I can go, and what would be my salary? What would be my position in the future? So everything is come in that particular application and manner. Like I have 15 fields I mentioned over there, like education, entertainment, advertisement, marketing, visualization, moreover scientific visualization, creative arts, gaming, simulations, that means the scientific simulations, medical, retail, architecture, engineering, manufacturing. Manufacturing means like uh, it's a kind of plantations or like plant where the robots deals with everything, like printing press, uh, uh, like medicine refilling plant. This kind of big manufacturing. I will just focus on target. Next, we have robotics, which is also a very important part nowadays, and AR, VR. So those all points, those all fields have been associated with animation. That means without animation, those fields are not uh, fulfilled nowadays. So that's all about my presentation, and I put every accessibility very smoothly. I will try to tell you, not in too much in complex way, because there are several people are joining. Some of the from first year, some of from like final year. So you should know what exactly your scope in the future, and maybe that will help you out to choose your right path. So the next slide. Yes, so this is so-called education where we are also educating ourselves every day through web, through books, through classes, or through any medium of education. Like you people are just joined any course of any other universities. The university people give you the lessons and all, and you will get the knowledge. So that's all about the learning and education. So the very important thing that what exactly the animation can do in respect of education, because we have a plenty of knowledge that only animation gives you much more laughter, much more good feeling, that when we are in very little stage of our life, we very much accustomed with those things like Tom and Jerry's, uh, like Pokemons, and many more series. Mowgli is a very good series. Also, Donald Duck. So those gives you much more relaxation, and it leaves a trail to your brain that okay, I want to be something like that. You want to be something like that, and you should do that. Can I do this? This kind of thing. Can I fly like them? Can it is possible? तो इस तरह का बहुत सारा क्वेश्चन एंड आंसर वी हैव incorporated in our mind, right? So education also something like that. Education means we have some basic key factors, allow topics to be stored in the memory easily for a long period of time. Because if you read from a book, it's only one way of doing it. But if you learn something through an animated video with the sound, audio, light, text, that is 5 to 6 assets and aesthetic view, and all the nodes of your senses has been incorporated with these uh, videos, or you may say interactive videos. Some of the companies are very commonly known as Byju's, Alison, edX. So we people can go through these websites and we can download a lot of videos and we can keep learning on it. Those we call as e-learning, educational learning, or animated story. That is also have some moral values, aesthetics. For example, we know Shaktiman, right? Shaktiman is a very common series, though it's not an animated series, but still it has a lot of good factor. After completion of every episode, there will be a moral value that has been narrated by the actor. ये मत करो, इससे तुम्हारा प्रॉब्लम होगा, वो मत करो, ये ठीक नहीं है, ये करो, पढ़ना चाहिए, रोज हाथ धोना चाहिए, मतलब अच्छा खाना चाहिए, something like that. Those moral values are important. So animation with all those key factors, it will give you much more prompting effect to your brain, and that might be prolonged effect. So researchers also incorporate those aesthetics and this technology to the mainstream as a e-learning, as a video education. So these kind of software companies like Byju's, Edition, and edX emerged. So I only involve only three company name. That doesn't mean that these three companies are the best. No, there are thousands of company over there. That is not possible to incorporate all the companies. If I want to incorporate only education related issues or education related topics, there will be a several uh, webinar on this education only with the combination of the animation. So this a long part of it. So I just bring you this light to that particular factors that which is you are learning today, that might be very helpful for your future. And you also be a part of it by use, part of Alison, part of edX, or any other companies, might be an Amazon. Amazon also providing this kind of like educational factors. Nowadays also, you people are also learning through web, learning through Zoom activities. Today we are also dealing this session through Zoom. So this is a very good communicative medium. Apart from your normal education, you can access a lot of more data from the industry. Fine. So that's a great thing. Now we go to the next slide, which is entertainment. Now, the big uses of animation for the entertainment, definitely true, because animation basically invented for entertainment, not for education or not for any other industrial activities. But nowadays that has been incorporated on their platforms. But when the animation is evolved, the developer or the designer or the artist that basically work on their main skill factors is the I want to be uh, expose more thing on that thing. So the entertainment should be there. So entertainment, what exactly called? Like we can watch movie, we can go and see some web series on uh, any other devices or TV shows, video game simulations. The games and simulations are in different two sectors, but still the entertainment also, it's also in come the entertainment sector, because if you are feeling bored, if you play game, you may entertain yourself. Simulation is also a part of game, so that is also in come under this entertainment. Because if I give you a small example like Bahubali, there is a very good movie which is done and developed in India, South, and we have a lot of war scenes over there. Like a lot of people are fighting together with a lot of assets, like they're cutting each other with the blades and swords. So as those things real, 50% are real and 50% are fake. They are developed in CGI, which is a computer generated graphics, and mainly deals with the simulation softwares. Animation and simulations are a little bit of different parts. Simulations actually deals with thousands, millions, trillions of data, which is, for example, if you have 5,000 soldier fighting with another 5,000 soldier, that is not possible to deal with the animation software like 3ds Max, Maya, or any other software. Further, we have to use a software which is called Massive. The software name is Massive, which is totally depending on the simulation based. And on that platform, we can also use and render those things for the entertainment, and we can edit those things in the Premiere Pro or the FCP content. So again, entertainment sector is not a little bit of sector, it's a very big sector. We know the familiar things like Pixar, Disney, DreamWorks, Lucasfilms, Sony Pictures, Blue Sky Studios, which is very common. Okay, so very common sectors. And there are, I also incorporate one image, which is also very common movie, Despicable Me, a part of series. So this is just an entertainment. There will be nothing technical. But yes, definitely it's true. The animation, which is totally 100% a technical thing, it's basically animation is a physics. Okay, so depending on the lights, time frame, and a lot of more elements. So this altogether came into the entertainment. So we cannot leave this field. This is a 90% major field where the animation is gonna used. Next, advertisement. Okay, so ये जो मैं एडवर्टाइजमेंट का पोस्टर यहाँ पे चिपकाया हूँ, इट्स अ वेरी कॉमन एडवर्टाइजमेंट. बहुत मतलब 2021 में ये एडवर्टाइजमेंट आया और डेयरी मिल्क का. सो इट्स टोटली मेड विथ CGI characters and very funny, and also uh, works on very good CGI software like Maya, Massive, as well as motion builder like softwares. So you people may be aware with those terminologies or may not be. Doesn't matter whatever sector you are just dealing right now. Maybe you are in semester 1, maybe you are in semester 2. That's okay, no issue. But you should understand what exactly is going on. Now, how the advertisement is connected to the animation. The role of animation is advertisement is very interconnected. Like if you don't have the product on your hand, still you can able to animate that things and you can marketize the product. That is called power of animated advertisement or something. One animated ad, what exactly the animated ad? Which is like 15 to 60-second video that promotes the company products or services. Okay, so like if I have a chocolate and I want to sell the chocolate, I need to put those as an advertisement. Maybe I don't even have the chocolate right now manufactured yet, but still I can go further and advertise it with the CGI elements. And after 1 month, I will develop all those real life chocolates and I can marketize those things. So the time management can be manageable through this advertisement factor and the animation. Again, I'm putting 3 company name over there. Every slide I try my best to put 3 company name, because one day you people also join a company, any of the company, because animation deals with those companies are very much good, like Workbox Flames. They are basically doing the visual effects for the advertisement, not for any like big movie animation, game animation, advertisement animation, and any other marketization factors are also related to like age group, culture, versatility, and there are a lot of more assets will be there, more points over there that we need to negotiate, and then we have to develop our artistic sense on it. So we have a workbox frame. We also have a visual entity that is also very good option. That studio very good. They're working as a very talented person. There are a lot of more experienced guys. Those are basically like 20, 25 years experience company. Also, Dancing Elephant Films. Now, these companies are not related to India. Some of the company are related to India. Some of the companies are related to Singapore. Some of the company related to the US. But they also have a branch to the India. So if you go and search those things in the web, you may get some links definitely. You can access those elements. Also, after this session, we will publish this whole uh, webinar as a link. Definitely, you will access those things and you will go through and read later on, because in a single seminar, it's not possible to learn everything and you can memorize those elements. It's quite difficult. Fine. Go to the next thing, which is called marketing. Marketing is a different uh, area. Marketing and advertisement is almost related. Advertisement is a part of marketing. Okay. And I have also another point, which is in 13 number point, which is called manufacturing. So manufacturing is also connected to the marketing and advertisement. That means if you don't have even manufacture something, you cannot go into the market and sell it. If you want to sell the something, you need to put some advertisement. That means that have an interrelation with everything, right? So how the marketing or how the animation is connected to the marketing sector. Animation brings the power of imagination and creativity to your marketing. तुम किस तरह से अपना प्रोडक्ट को मार्केट में लेके आओगे, इसके ऊपर डिपेंड कर रहा है तुम्हारा मार्केटिंग स्ट्रेटजी, एंड दैट इज टोटली डिपेंडिंग ऑन द एनिमेशन, बिकॉज nowadays we plan first, not the way. So if you have the skill sets on the animation, or if you have a wing that those people can do for you the storyboarding to like animation, a rough sketch, it's a quite easy thing to prepare yourself. Not only material matter, also the time taking factor also reduced, like time also slashed down, zyada time nahi lagega. So those are the very important key factors. Also help to explain tricky process of the concepts. मतलब ऐसा हो सकता है we have a very complex target audience, and those audience cannot be accessible through normal marketing strategy. On that criteria, the animation will be the best choice, and we can spread that thing through like various websites, various social sites. So that's a very good option to access every platform, and we can marketize much more dimensions, and we can demonstrate those things in very good ways. Okay. So here are also three companies which is doing marketing animation. Specifically, they are working for marketization, and they are basically done developed animation for marketing, not any other kind of animation. मतलब ये लोग एड फिल्म डेवलप करता है, ये लोग मार्केटिंग के लिए काम करते हैं. दे आर नॉट वर्किंग फॉर movie. They are not working for any other web series. They are basically dedicatedly work for this kind of marketing, animation, and advertisement, manufacturing related issues. So we have Yum Yum Videos, which is a very good production. They are also worked on very several e-learning platforms also. Customer Design and Demo Duck. Those are the three companies which is the best company I personally feel. So you people also keep watching those companies websites so that the career options will be there. Many good options may come in future. After the pandemic situation will over, every company required this kind of job sectors, and every platform required much more animators, much more visualizers, much more directors. Okay. Now we'll again come to the fifth section, which is called visualization. Now visualization is basically depending on the science factor. You people can understand there is a big logo of NASA I'm putting over there because this kind of visualization can be done only supercomputer based. So whatever computer we are going to use, those are micro and macro computers. They are basically built for our official jobs as well as multimedia jobs. You people also buy some of the good graphics card for playing games, good PC or good laptops are also capable to deal with much more graphics. But still, scientific visualization can be done only on supercomputers, which is not a normal computer. They have the processors like maybe they have 100 processors or maybe more than that. They have like thousands of RAM slots, totally different kind of architectural foundation. It's looking like a giant room are working with a single piece of device. So this kind of supercomputer basically controlled by 2 to 3 person at a time. Like you people can watch those things when the any satellite launching directly shown on the television set through NASA or ISRO. You people can watch a giant big screen over there, and there are 2 to 3 separate elements, might be 20 to 30 people over there sitting and controlling the computers. Those kind of assets called the supercomputers. Those supercomputers are basically used for visualization, which is deals with climate changes, terrain development, and tornado simulations. Because India doesn't have encountered that kind of tornado, but China, Japan, they faces a lot of tornado every week. Okay, so for that, they need to provide that kind of visualization sector so that they can also predict earlier what kind of devastation might be happen on that area. So before that, we have to leave or evacuate those areas. That is also done by the animation with the scientific visualization factor. We also incorporate data analytics for that, like previous tornado speed, previous tornado velocity, previous atmospheric changes. We have to incorporate everything in the data, and we have to put those animation factors. And we also incorporate a lot of particle dynamics and all. And after that, we'll receive something that is like real, almost real. So we call it as visualization. So here we have a like a rainbow kind of structure, which is like tornado simulation software development oriented CGI graphics, which is gives you that area that is near about this location might be the most uncommon zone or common zone for this kind of tornado or something. And there is a world view of NASA software. They are basically providing the thermodynamical structure of it, like where the heated areas, like which portions of the climate are not cold or much more heater in those areas parts. So they are very technical. Not even I don't know all those assets, but I know animation can be used on this zone, and that is also very much good for you because you people can also directly apply to the NASA. Go to the NASA website and you can apply your CV as an graphic artist or animator, and you can people can be a chance we can achieve to work with NASA also. It might be contractual, it might be permanent. Doesn't matter you are from like doesn't matter what exactly education you have. If you have the skill, if you have the quality, then they will hire you. Okay, so visual science is a that can deals with this kind of visualization factor, but NASA is a main company. Julia Computing is also a very good company. They are also connected to several other sectors like ISROs and all. Sometimes they are also collaborate with some other big associations because the funding is very important. Uh, as we know, satellite predictions, satellite coordinates, those are important to visualization. Those like you and me, I also don't know what exactly how they can do. So the more or less the overall goal is that in visualization factor we can use the animation, because if I go much more further that will be much more complex. This is creative arts. Hope you all people are basically connected to that creative arts. You people draw, you people interact, you people dance, you people sing, whatever you can do, all are comes in creative arts. But definitely animation is a part which is also come into that section. Like multimedia, which is also related to the animation, fashion designing. Today's world, the fashion designers are also using those 3D softwares to build their government sectors, build the to check the elasticity of the cloth and how they look and feel on that area. So they are also using this kind of softwares. And interior designers, they are also use CAD, CAM software, Autodesk, 3ds Max, Maya to develop those assets. Definitely, there will be many more of the softwares, but those are the very commonly used. We need to put sketches also. So I already put over there image of their going to sketch something here. This is for light box. One light is coming inside, and there is will be a sheet of like plastic, and you can see through each and every pages, and you can mimic the all pages by scratching on the data. Also, we have a visual arts. That means we can convert those characters to this 3D pipeline, but the facial expression can be changed through softwares, and we have plenty of option for that. So multimedia is basically animation, computer, music, video, audio, email, streaming, gaming, and internet. There are a lot of more assets are coming together and make the element called multimedia. So if you know everything about multimedia, you can able to do creative arts very well, because digital assets are very much better than before. The software is basically used Adobe, which is the pioneer softwares. You people also learn Photoshop, that is a pioneer software of Adobe. There are plenty of more softwares like Adobe Illustrator, After Effects, Premiere Pro, and many more. Also, Corel Draw is a graphic based software that is also very good softwares. Illustrator and Corel Draw almost equivalent, but in both, but in depending on the like zone, like in India, we may use Adobe. In other state, they may use Corel. So it's depending on their uh, country or depending on their culture. Also, Autodesk is a big company who are basically have a lot of products like AutoCAD, 3ds Max, Motion Builder, Martbox, Maya, and many more. So those all come together to build this creative arts. Fine. Now, a very important part, which is gaming, because you people love gaming, right? Either you know how to play the game or you know how to build the game, because some of the candidates are for the gaming industry also. You people are also have a course like gaming, because some of the guy are joined from different university, so they have the gaming course. So in gaming, animation is very important, because without animation, gaming cannot be done. Because FPS game, first person shootout, is a very important a key role where the animation is a pioneer. So what exactly in gaming animation or animator can do? Animator can minimize panel, like a hierarchical channel, or a, you can say is a flowchart. We have a green channel called entity entry, where from the animation will start. Basic is grounded, which normally will happen. Normal state. That means, for example, one character is grounded. That means this character might be grounded. It is connected to the ground. Die. If the character hit by a bullet or cut through a blade, then she or he will be die. So what will be the animation of a death? You need to do that, or animator need to do that, and they will store on that container. In grounded, there will be animation because they are breathing, they are moving their head here and there. That kind of data should be stored in grounded section. Falling from a high region or falling from a low region, there will be 2 or 3 more animation that contain on that area. Something like that, all those jumping, hang, whatever the thing, uh, all small animation you need to make and you need to store on it. That is also depending on uh, different softwares. For example, you people can ever with the Unity. It's a good gaming platform, because Unity is a game engine where the maximum games are built. Instead of Unity, we also have a very good software called Unreal Engine. We also have a Game Brio. We also have Triple Game Engine. We also have Modo. There are a lot of more game assets. Even Blender can also produce a lot of game. Some of the very common game are Call of Duty, PUBG, which is very commonly played by you people, Angry Bird, and Far Cry. Call of Duty, Angry Bird, Far Cry, PUBG all has like parts like 1, 2, 3, or many more, depending on their requirement. Also, some important studios of the world, Activation, which is a global pioneer, Nazara Games, which is also in India connected, Hyperlink Info System, that is also have a branch of India. So those things are very commonly known game companies, and the animation is very much important for gaming, because every piece of geometry might be, if you fire something with a AK-47, you want to blow something with a RPG. Every piece of detail you need to develop in 3D softwares, and you have to animate those things priorly before using those things in the platform, gaming platform. Okay, now the simulation. Simulation is basically used for the military assets. As we know, in India, we have a very good division called DRDO. They are basically defense oriented. They will work for like missile preparation. They work for many more assets. So they have a simulator there, and they are trained their own people with the simulator. For example, if you want to fly a aeroplane, if you want to fly an aeroplane, it's not possible that first time you just sit on the aeroplane and just fly it, because Before that, you need to go for thousands of trial, and that trial may possible that may something will happen, mishappen, might be some accident will happen. They will destroy that time, the like huge amount of money will destroy, because if you crash a plane at around, I don't know what exactly the cost of a aeroplane, but it's around huge. Rather than that, they build a simulator. Simulator means something like, if you people go to the science city and there is a time travel scope over there, that is a simulator, real time simulator. You can check it out when you visit science city at Kolkata or any other state. So it's a trapped device with plenty of seat. You just go and sit on the seat on them, and there will be one, two, three, four, or many more display devices like monitors or something, and you can able to see through it. For example, this is the simulator or cockpit of an aeroplane from the outside. But when you go inside, and you can able to see these things, you can able to see that okay, you are taking the flight off the ground of 2,000 feet, and those assets are very much tiny. You can also able to see the horizon line through it, and all those flight moving right to left, up to down, everything will happen, which is real life, contain real life activities like data simulations and all. So those are basically connected to the simulators. And animation is very much important for background simulation, contacts, these kind of clouds and everything. Also, there is a game called Sims. You may download and play. That is basically a simulator games. Very nice. You can do whatever you want. It's an open world challenge. And also digital combat simulator, which is called DSC in short form. There is a, for example, here US Army merchant, Army personnel over there is just holding this kind of uh, like device on the eye, and basically control a drone, which is uh, a small aeroplane without any pilot, and he can fly those things like up to distance of 10,000 kilometers away, and he or she can blow a particular target with it. So this kind of simulation also made with the animation, because animation makes first the simulation, then access those data, and they will interact with everything. So we have a good example of some flight simulator, DSC simulators, driving simulators, scientific simulators. Also working for those company, ANSI. ANSI is a good company. ANSI is a, then MathWorks, which is also selected to the Math Labs, and the Salt system. Those are basically deals with specifically animation and simulation, nothing else. Now we have another part called medical. Medical is a very good platform where we know the 3D assets are incorporated like MRI scan, normal 3D scan, and after that we able to see those things in the real life like a 3D object. Not only that, the medical animation is a short educational film, which is basically uh, created for the physiological and surgical topic for the professional and the patients. मतलब कोई पेशेंट को समझाने कि भाई तुम्हारा इस तरह की एक सर्जरी करना है, वो समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, या फिर उसी को बोलना है कि तुमको ये डिजीज हुआ है, इट्स क्वाइट डिफिकल्ट टू अंडरस्टैंडेबल फॉर देम. दे विल पुट लिटिल बिट ऑफ स्लाइड शो एंड दे कैन अंडरस्टैंड. थोड़ा सा कोई वीडियो हम लोग दिखा सकते हैं कि भाई क्या हो रहा है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल कोरोना वायरस, दिस इज द कोरोना वायरस स्ट्रेन, इट्स COVID-19 strain. Okay, there has a spike rate over there. It's not understandable initially. When the slideshow or the movies are published on the web, or they can So it's very easy to understand for the normal common people what exactly it is. So this kind of animation will help you to boost the medical industry much more better way. Also DNA strain, RNA strain, and many more assets which has a normal live connection with the animation. And this kind of complex animation not done by all the companies because this needs specific skill sets of animation, art, as well as medical terminologies. That means if you want to do that kind of thing, you need to study a little bit of medical books. Otherwise, you cannot do that, though you are a good animator. So, 3dlabs.com, AD medical animation, and uh, some of other companies also associated with this. Vedatma animation is also very good for that. So just keep in mind that you are in a threshold. You need to choose a piece of industry with the skills of animation. So it's a very large industry. You need to choose any of it. Don't jump everywhere. Choose a single or twice, then go for it. Now again, the retail. Retail is very good because nowadays pandemic situation is happening, and we people are also very much happy to order a pizza from Pizza Hut or Domino's, and delivery boy will bring it to our house, and we'll enjoy it. Not only that, there is a big basket is also there, Amazon over there, the groceries and all purchased by websites. Now, retail animation is something like that. Not only website that should be a global linked website. That means if you have a real life grocery, you should make a 3D animated video of it and incorporate a AR and VR system along with it, so that the retail management system can 360-degree oriented and they can move around all the way. They can pick, okay, I need that particular fruit juice, I need that particular product, and I can choose it through websites along with the animated video and my cursor, as like as I'm playing a game. Whenever my cart is filled with it, and I can directly go for a buy section, and I can either choose COD or either I can pay online, and the delivery boy will come and deliver to my home. So this is the way, the modern technology. So retail animation is involved working with beginning the brands, its producers life, its products to life for the customers at the point of true 360-degree marketing concept. It's not about placing a product in a beautiful display in a store, but rather telling the relevant story and bringing an emotional experience to life in store. Okay, so this kind of factors are very much important. I also put a little bit of magnetic therapy so that other people can drag towards this retail animation involvement. So the companies that basically deals with the Nebel videos, the banditry.com and Vizload. Those are the company very much importantly work on the retail, specifically animation for their retail management or retail business. Then came to the architecture. Architecture brings is very common thing. Like every day we a lot of building will be generated in Kolkata or any metro cities or any small cities. Like whenever the plots is not properly cleaned up, they are putting a lot of hoarding on it that we will build that kind of asset over there and try to book the flats. Now we don't have any product right here, but still we able to see the building with all the building assets, how it will be looks like, and how much it will be costing, like per square feet 2000, per square feet 4000. So depending on every data, we'll develop the assets. That is called architectural animation. We can also build a walkthrough. We can go through the websites of that particular company and they will play for you कि मेरा इस तरह का एक सिटी में बनाना ट्राई कर रहा हूँ, आप लोग यहाँ पे इन्वेस्ट कीजिए, यू कैन ऑल्सो do everything. For example, in Kolkata, we have a lot of that kind of assets over there. So, बड़ा बड़ा प्रोजेक्ट तैयार हो रहा है. So this kind of things basically deals with architectural animation where nothing will happen. Only they will develop in CGI. After 1 year to 2 years, they will start beginning and they will go for it much more. So some of the interior companies are very important for that. And they are basically using 3D Max, Autodesk Maya, Giza, that kind of softwares, which is also similar to the other 3D assets, and they will make tremendous outputs. I only put three visualization here, but few people who are basically deals with this kind of software, they know what they can do. Okay, so architectural field is also very good field. Those people are very much problematic things. They are found they are not able to animate a character properly. They are not able to build a character properly. They are also jump to that architectural industry and they will make more money on it because this industry has a lot of involvement, lot of scope. The good companies are Arkello, Mighty Visage, and Omega Render. Those companies are basically pioneer in this world, but definitely in India there are several companies which is deals with it. One of the most important company in India, Godrej Interiors, that they are also working very fine. So you people can also go and search their website for career purpose. Now came to the engineering part. When it came to the engineering part, this is the most important part. In this particular field, animation is very much important because engineering and manufacturing are a lot of close together. Also, robotics relate to them because robotics is also part of engineering. And when you came to build a robot, the manufacturing is also came. So engineering, manufacturing, robotics are very much important, and they have a specific software rates like Maya, AutoCAD, Rhino, and 3ds Max. Though you people only know 3ds Max and Maya in our courses, but definitely you people can go and search to the web and you can learn it from the free, definitely very other courses. But first of all, you need to learn 3D software, which is 3D Max and Maya. That is very important. Now, target is the animation within engineering became a clear way to study simulation of a whole system within its intended environment. This provides context for complicated issues, allow engineering team to find flaws or help explaining complicated issues. मतलब ऐसा बहुत जगह पे हो सकता है कि मैं टोटल इंजीनियरिंग का काम करने के बाद विथ ऑल रॉ मटेरियल्स आई एम नॉट एबल टू गेट प्रॉपर आउटपुट. उससे पहले वी कैन क्रिएट ए सीजीआई ग्राफिक्स with almost similar measurement and we can develop and have a look on it, either it is actually looks good or not bad. All the architectural companies, all the automobile companies are basically come under the engineering part. They are basically deals very much with those softwares and they are make their own car design, own engine designs with these kind of softwares. There are also many more important software which is also important, but these are very much common softwares. Also, we have three different companies who are experts, Austin Visuals and Arisys. They are basically working for animation in the field of engineering. एनिमेशन में हर कोई काम करता है लेकिन इंजीनियरिंग के ऊपर हर कंपनी काम नहीं करता. So that is keep it in your mind. इंजीनियरिंग के ऊपर ही काम करेगा और एनिमेशन के ऊपर काम करेगा. This kind of companies are very limited. So these three companies are very good, and you can do some freelance work for them. So you need to put a CV to that company and ask them if there is any work, as for the freelance. So that is also good approach to get like versatile job factors, and you can also challenge yourself that either you people can able to do that kind of complex machineries with the softwares or not. Next, uh, we have manufacturing. Manufacturing engineering are also related to that things like animation of computers, models, and other development virtual models, various products of manufacturing sectors. This mechanical designs comes handy to the business firms as they can save a good amount of money on developing the products. मतलब हम लोग पहले से ये चीज थोड़ा सा विजुलाइज कर सकते हैं, and we can build that kind of prototyping. We can call it a much more better prototyping. Like we have a 3D printed graphics machine. We have this C Maya kind of software, and we build that kind of thing in CGI. And we real life, we can also build that kind of thing with that printing machine. This is called 3D prototyping printed machine. You need to put some of the raw materials like plastic kind of device over there, and they will put a laser beam and cut it through, and they will build these kind of assets. Okay, so that can be done through manufacturing. If you build one small model of it, and you can see either this model looks good or bad. If it is real good, then you go for it for plenty of manufacturing. Like if you want to create a new model of shoes for Nike or Adidas, they will never go and start making those kind of manufacturing plant and start making thousands of shoes for you. No, they will first develop those things in AutoCAD, then go for 3D Max or Maya. They will simulate it through different softwares. They will test it through robotic mechanism, and after that they will print it through 3D, and then take some expert opinion, and after that they will go for the manufacturing section. So they will save a lot of money and time as well. So this kind of complex jobs done by some companies called CAD Crowd, Herman Miller, and Pennsylvania. These kind of companies are worldwide companies. So manufacturing is a very limited space where animation also been accustomed and incorporated towards nowadays. So you people can go and watch in the websites what exactly happening. Now it's a very tricky part which is called robotics. Now robotics, we people know robotics. What exactly? A sumo robot, we know everybody. Honda made this kind of robots or other assets. The robot is basically a humanoid thing who are basically working as a human or non-human product. They're basically doing a lot of works like houseworks. They can clean their room. They can clean some utensils. They can put water from a bottle. They can talk with you. They can play chess, or they can be develop good artificial intelligence. That's fine. But where exactly the animation is? Basically, robotics has a specific target zone, which is called HRI, human robot interaction. When one human in front of the robot, or a robot is in front of the human, what will happen? This kind of gestures, postures, the thinking mechanism, and the facial expression, what will be? That is basically we can teach the robot through the animation. That is called or the HRI. And animation is a very important part to build that kind of HRI. So what we have to do, we use Autodesk software, specifically Autodesk. Only Autodesk over there can do that thing. Not a single other company in the all world, don't do this kind of things. Animation for robotics, only Autodesk can work with it. So Autodesk has a build space. Specifically, they make a build space. You can clearly written over there a name called build space. This build space, a wing of Autodesk, they are basically deal with specific software graded robotics dependent animation. And those believable animation can be incorporated through HRI mechanism. Though my terminologies, whatever I am pitching you, is awkward, because I'm out of the box. I'm talking. This is not exactly the animation I'm talking right now. I'm just talking right now AI. I'm just talking right now robotics. So it's far away from animation, but the animation is related to these parts. So only for that, these complex situations are happen. So today, if you think that I also work for the Autodesk and I want to create this kind of HRI mechanism, so you need to build something very specific. So you need to go and study what exactly the HRI is. So before that, you need to learn animation principles, 12 principles of animation like stretch and squash, um, then the expression, the arc, and many more assets. I'm not going to tell all those things right now, but that's the thing. So robotics is a very important part where animation is also important, and they are mixed matched together. So the big company, which is so commonly known as Autodesk, there are two logos, which is the Autodesk new logo and which is the and that is the Autodesk old logo. But both companies are similar, so they have a specific sector. So people like us, they're expecting to work with it. So maybe any of one can be their part in the future. So best of luck for all of you. And we'll jump to the next part, which is called AR and VR. So AR means augmented reality, VR means virtual reality. Augmented reality, what is augmented reality? Augmented reality means, मैं हिंदी में थोड़ा बोलता हूँ आसानी होगा समझने में. ऑगमेंटेड रियलिटी मीन्स तुम्हारे पास जो भी एलिमेंट है, उस एलिमेंट्स के अंदर घुस के तुम और भी ज्यादा कुछ डिटेल निकालना है, तो उसको तुम इजीली ऑगमेंटेड रियलिटी बोल सकते हो. और वर्चुअल रियलिटी है जो कि है ही नहीं तुम्हारे पास, बट स्टिल यू वांट टू डेवलप दोस थिंग्स, you just evolve those things through your memory. That kind of concept are called virtual. जो है उसके और भी डिटेल्स में जाने के लिए you can use augmented, और जो नहीं है उसके थ्रू जाने के लिए virtual. Those are the very normal differences in between them. Now augmented reality basically connected to some operating systems, some devices like iOS, which is iPhone, or Apple devices, and Android, which is we people basically use Android. Also, Windows have smartphone or desktop computers, any other devices. Okay, so we can use some whiteboard presentations, screen sharing. Those are also connected to the augmented reality. तो यहाँ पे मैं कुछ images लगाया हूँ. Those things are basically augmented reality because they are basically target a single sticker kind of thing. When you place a sticker in front of a camera, the character or the product will appear here. For example, a good option, lenscard.com. If you select your head in front of the camera, they will pick like 20 to 30 millisecond distance images. Interval images later, and they will produce a 3D similar virtual setup and put their own preloads opticals over there so that they will look much more good. So that is called augmented reality example. And virtual reality also gives animator to flexible to use various methods of animation. Animators can create cartoon and graphical things and live action things for them. जो भी करोगे इसके लिए दो सॉफ्टवेयर बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. एक तो 3D सॉफ्टवेयर चाहिए, एंड वी आल्सो नीड ए game engine. So commonly known game engine is Unity and Unreal Engine, and 3D Max and Maya are commonly known as uh, 3D graphics. Okay, so this AR VR contains very much important role for animation. Without animation we cannot able to do anything, because अगर मैं animation ना implement करूँ, so what happen whenever you place this Oculus, this device called Oculus, okay, this device name is Oculus. You can put it on your head and you can see through it. After that, you can more new devices here in front of your eye. Maybe other people cannot able to see those things. Only you can able to see those things, but the output is tremendous. Once you can try this, you can understand. Also, Google prepare a device called Google Cardboard. That is also good, and you can implement that your cell phone or Android on in that particular device, and you can use it. So specific companies are Awaken, uh, Mob Coder, and the Intellify, Mob Coder, and the Awaken is a basic company. Those are basically used in AR and VR animations. Okay, so almost I will finished all those parts, and very thankful to all of you because you people are join and attend very uh, long things will go away. So if you have any query, you can ask.
Yes, thank you very much, Joe sir, for the session.